Let me show you how the new tool in SkyDeck AI called TDD BDD Partner helps speed up feature development. This is my bookstore project. Right now it just lists books on the homepage, but we need a search bar so users can find books by title or author. Let's build that. I'll start a new conversation in SkyDeck AI. First, I'll add the requirement. As a user, I want to search for a book by title or author. Then, I'll drop in the acceptance criteria and set up the tech stack: Python and Django for the app, Django Behave for BDD tests, and PyTest for unit tests. Hit send, and SkyDeck AI generates a list of follow-up questions to clarify the details before we dive into coding. I go through the questions from SkyDeck AI, answer them, and send everything back. Once it confirms the details, we're good to move forward. Next, the AI generates a code file with all the scenarios for our feature. I just copy that and drop it into the feature file in Django Behave. Once we've verified the cases, the AI asks for the current code structure. For this demo, I'm using the AIDD Chrome extension to collect my code. You can check out other videos for more on that. I select all the necessary files for my project, finish up, and hit continue. The extension gathers my project's code and folder directories, which I then send to SkyDeck AI. Now, I wait for the AI to process the code. Once it's done, it provides the feature steps and coding scenarios we'll use for our BDD tests. I open the searchbooks.py file, which serves as the step file for Django Behave and implements our unit tests. Then, I just paste the generated code into it. Next, I run the unit test with PyTest to check things out. Alright, 3 tests failed. These are from the search feature we just added. For the BDD tests, there are some missing steps the AI didn't implement. No problem. I'll copy the details and ask the AI to handle it. I let the AI know it missed some steps in the BDD test implementation. SkyDeck.ai quickly generates the missing steps, and I paste them into my code. I run the BDD test again to check the results. As expected, the cases in searchbooks.py fail. This is normal in TDD. Now we move on to implementing the logic, view, and template changes. First, the AI starts with the logic for the book list view. Next, it updates the homepage template and even applies some changes to the CSS for styling. Once everything is generated, I paste the code into my project to see how it runs. Here's the updated book list view. For the template, the AI added a new search bar in the top section, but it missed a few details. I manually asked the AI to generate the full homepage code. Alright, it's done. I paste the updated code into the home template and move on to the homepage.css file to add some extra effects. The AI also suggests adding search-related messages in the template context and fetching data in the logic field. I'll request the full code for views.py next. The AI provides the updated logic for the view, so I'll run the server to test it out. Waiting. And there it is. A search bar now appears on the bookstore page. I can search for a book by name or author, and the results show up as expected. Now, let's check if everything passes the tests. First, I run the unit tests. As you can see, all unit tests pass, including the new ones for the search feature. Next, I run the BDD test for the search feature. Okay, it fails on scenarios like searching within a specific category handling empty search terms, and maintaining the search when switching categories. Let's figure out why these tests failed. First, we'll focus on the search within a specific category scenario. I'll isolate this test and disable headless mode to observe the behavior during testing. It turns out there's no category created. The issue might be in the implementation of category creation. I'll paste this code back into SkyDeck AI and explain the problem. Selenium can't select a category because it's not displayed. This might be due to an issue with the implementation. Perhaps the if condition is unnecessary and should be removed. After discussing with the AI, it updates the function. I'll copy, paste, and test it again. All right, all tests pass now. So our assumption was correct. We can re-enable headless mode and run the remaining 2 failed tests. The last failed test is the empty search term scenario. According to the feature, if a user enters only spaces, the UI should return a message saying, "Search term cannot be empty." To investigate, we browse the website. When typing a string of spaces, we see it still returns a list of books, and the URL updates, indicating an issue in the logic. Looking at the logic in views.ti, the search cannot be empty. Conditions should trigger for strings of spaces. The function appears correct at first glance, but let's check it closely. The search term comes from the GET request and is processed with the strip function. This means that when the input is spaces, it gets converted to an empty string, which isn't handled correctly in the current logic. I copy the logic and paste it into SkyDeck to ask the AI about the failed function. SkyDeck modifies the logic in views.pi, so I paste the updated code into the file. Checking the website UI again, the error message now displays correctly for an empty search term. Next, I run the BDD tests, and all of them pass. Now I'll rerun the TDD tests. This time, 3 tests fail. I ask SkyDeck why the TDD tests failed. The AI explains the issues and provides a corrected version of the code. I paste the updated code and run the TDD tests again. And now, all tests have passed. With SkyDeck AI, I was able to implement this feature much faster. This is how AI-driven development is applied at East Agile.